over on The View, Anna Navarro, of all people, I don't think I've ever mentioned her name in the same sentence as she's actually right, was unintentionally, accidentally correct about how critically important it is that we elect Herschel Walker to the Senate. Take a listen to this.
I hate it when women attack other women. So if she's calling the woman who got the abortion, the women he sleeps with, which are many, because
Is he married? I thought
he's been married. He's been
married.
Okay, but here's the point I'm making.
So it's not an affair.
Okay, if they are skanks, then what are you suggesting, ma'am? That we send the man who sleeps with skanks to the U.S. Senate because his judgment is oh so good? Are we letting him off scot-free just because he's running for Senate? And we're going to put all the blame on the women, which is, I think, a very shameful thing to do for other women. Listen, this is the bottom line. This is not the Republican playbook. This is Machiavelli.
Yeah.
This is war.
Yes.
This is the art of war, and this is for the whole enchilada. Probably the race in Georgia could very well determine who is in charge of the Senate, whether it's a Republican majority leader or whether it's a Democrat majority leader. And that means setting the entire agenda.
But what is the Republican agenda? Because as of 2020, the Republicans decided not to put forth a national platform. So if we're talking about the total enchilada, we're talking about power. What is it that the Republicans
For the next 2 years, the Republican agenda is opposing everything that Joe Biden proposes. They're making sure that he cannot claim the bipartisan legislation and the bipartisan victories, which he has many of, that he's managed to pass in the last 2 years. That is the Republican agenda right now. Oppose Joe Biden.
Okay, until that last sentence, she's actually correct here, but for the wrong reason. So she's angry that this is the Republican strategy to oppose Joe Biden because she thinks that there's some virtue in these bipartisan agreements that she thinks might happen if Republicans weren't just determined to oppose Joe Biden. Obviously, that's stupid. Obviously, it's unrealistic. Obviously, that doesn't happen. But she's correct that this race is about the whole enchilada. It's not about Herschel Walker. It's not even about Raphael Warnock, except that Raphael Warnock is a tool that allows the radical left to control our whole country. What's going to happen in the Senate if the Senate is controlled by Democrats? Let's talk about some of these things. What is going to happen? What will it look like? How will it impact you? What happens if the Green New Deal is passed? This is what the Democrats are gearing up to do. You've listened to the World Economic Forum. You've listened to the United Nations. You've listened to Bill Gates. You've listened to Big Pharma. You've listened to Dr. Fauci. You've listened to Joe Biden echo it all. They want to pass the Green New Deal. They want to ban fossil fuels. They want to, quote unquote, transition the American economy to a, quote unquote, green economy. There will be rolling blackouts. You will be banned from using your car. There will be food shortages. There will be medication shortages. You won't be allowed to eat meat. You will be forced to eat bugs. They want to redistribute the wealth. They want to turn us socialist. They want a socialist healthcare system where these same people, like Joe Biden, who called us extremists, the Department of Justice, who calls us domestic terrorists, these people will be in charge of deciding who gets medical treatment and when, and who does not get medical treatment. Do you think these people will be fair? Do you think the Democrats who think that you are literally Hitler, that you are a violent extremist, that you are a militia violent extremist, as the FBI labeled you, do you think these people who think parents are evil if they won't trans their kids, do you think they're going to ration healthcare fairly? Or do you think maybe that you will be denied care because you are conservative, a Christian, and you voted for Donald Trump? This is what the Democrats want to do. And if the Democrats control the Senate, this is what will happen in our nation, and we won't be able to stop it.